opportunity to work with some of the young guys that have not had as much work since we broke camp. So, that's encouraging. A lot of positive things going on right now. I think someone told me we're leading the Big Ten and plays over 40 yards. So one of the things we wanted to do is try to be a little bit more explosive. We have 9 different guys that have done that. We're doing a pretty good job in our third downs, and so there's just a lot of good things. Next man in, we've had 4 different tackles start ball games. We have 2 different running backs that have gained over 200 yards. So we're excited about where we're at. We realize there's a bunch of work to be done.
Coach, how do you explain you got 3 new linemen in 3 different positions, and yet you run for over 280 yards against a pretty good defense? They only had a week to prepare that, to be in that, putting Cole on the left and Sean on the right. And
well, throughout camp, we mix and match lineups, realizing that during the season, different guys are going to have to play different places. So the lineup that you saw the first week of the season, guys had already been working at different positions. We had started working, James at guard, center, and tackle. Sean Welsh is a guy that has worked at tackle during camp some. So, you try to prepare for those situations. Obviously, Brian did a great job in game week, realizing what we were going to have and the best way to fit all the pieces together. But you do work on some of those things in camp, moving your top 6, 7 guys around.
Can you put a finger on how or why this offense has become more explosive?
I think that one, our backs are doing a good job. I think CJ is seeing opportunities to take the ball down the field and taking them. He's not, he will take those shots. The other thing I think that goes unnoticed, 2 things really. Our fullbacks have done a great job, and our wide receivers have done a great job. Most of the time when an explosive play happens, for example, the very first touchdown against Northwestern, I think it was 35 yards around the end. The line did a good job. It was a little bit of a counter zone play. Jake Hilliard did a good job. He came in and got the safety. And we had Akron one-on-one with the corner. And so we had cleaned everything up for the back. Akron made the corner miss, and it turned out to be an explosive play. So, usually those things are a combination, but I think probably not enough nice things said about our fullbacks and our wide receivers, because they've really done a good job of creating explosive plays downfield.
Yeah, it seems like the explosive plays, most of them have either been screens or running plays.
Yeah.
I mean, so
We've worked hard on our screens. We've worked hard on our screens, and a lot of times that's again putting the back in a good situation. And again, the line has to do a good job, because they're not just all going out together. That there's assignments that they have, and then our backs have done a good job of running after the catch.
Obviously, with CJ's health, you've had to prepare number 2, Tyler Wiegers, and probably prepare 3A, 3B. What do you say about their development now, Tyler Wiegers, and then of the true freshman quarterbacks?
Well, Tyler had a really good week last week. He took most of the reps with the first unit prior till Friday, and then CJ was able to work on Friday. And Tyler has continued to grow from spring ball to camp, through the season, and he would have been ready to play. I mean, in terms of getting us in the right plays and all that. With CJ not practicing a lot last week, we did work Ryan Wall quite a bit with the second group, and he's doing some fine things. But we'll just continue to work those guys as we see fit.
Coach, staying on the 2 quarterbacks, Doyle and Cook, are they that emergency type situation right now with that they're kind of dealing with the injuries, and or are they still projected to be quarterbacks maybe next year? Would you saying too.
Yes, they're definitely still projected to be quarterbacks next year. We would like to redshirt both of them, especially, you know, at this point. But at the same time, you gotta do what's best and whatever the situation, you know, presents itself for.
So Boyle's moved ahead of Drew, is that what you're
No,
saying?
No, Boyle worked with the second group. He did work with the second group, and if we would've got to that situation, you know, he would've played. But I wouldn't read a lot into that, quite honestly.
Do you have an emergency guy who to take a snap, say, this is hypothetical, but Wiegers is in the game, CJ couldn't play, and then his helmet comes off for just one play on 2nd and 2. Do you have a running back or something so you don't blow a red shirt on a guy like that?
CJ would have been able to go back in that situation. I mean, we could have put him in the gun and handed the ball off. And so we'll try our best not to blow a red shirt here.
You guys are